Good morning, students. Welcome to the statistics class. In the previous class, I've explained about the classification of index numbers, how index numbers are classified. They're classified into two categories, unweighted index number and weighted index number. In unweighted index number, again, the classification is done based on two things, that is simple average of relatives and simple aggregative. And in weighted index numbers also, classification is done again on two categories, that is weighted average of relatives and weighted aggregative. I have already explained to you all those formulae based on simple average of relatives, simple aggregative, weighted average of relatives and weighted aggregative. All that was given to you, the explanation was given to you, and I asked you to write all those formulae also in your notebook. And now let's start the exercises. In other words, let's start with the problems. Okay, right, on the screen right now that you have is a problem. Okay, a problem, very simple problem it is. If you want just to see it, I'm just blowing it up. You can see that calculate price index number for the following data by using simple aggregative method and comment on the result. They said very clearly, students, it is a simple aggregative method. When the word called simple comes in the question, right, you always have to understand they are unweighted index numbers. Okay, they refer to unweighted index numbers. No weights are attached to it. Okay, I hope you understand this. When you come across with this word simple, it is unweighted. In some questions, they mention it as unweighted, so there won't be any confusions in understanding that. But when they mention simple, then you may be having some kind of a confusion what they are. But simple is only unweighted index number, students. Okay, so when they said it is simple aggregative method or simple aggregative price index number, right, you need to understand the first thing that comes into your mind is what can be the formula for this. Okay, so when you come across with this, you always have to students write the formula and keep it in your mind. What can be the formula? The formula is written like this: P01 is equal to summation P1 divided by summation P0 into 100. Is it right? Okay, summation P1 divided by summation P0 into 100. What is that? Summation P0 into 100. The sum of all the current year totals divided by the sum of all base year totals into 100. Right? This is all about index number or price index number, so we always relate to price. Okay? Right, so let's solve this problem, student, and for that sake we need to write. Let's take this as I'll crop this question for you. Okay, I'll crop this question and we'll try to solve this question. Is that okay? Okay, fine. Okay. Done. Okay, so what is that we have it, students, here? See, the formula is this. Okay, the formula is, now what is this? They have given two columns of price of 2010 and price of 2012, students. Okay, price of 2010 and price of 2012. That okay? Now what is this price of 2010? This is taken as P0, okay, and price of 2012 is taken as P1, students. Is that okay? Are you understanding? So price of 2010 is taken as P0 and price of 2012 is taken as P1. Okay, what does 1 indicate? 1 indicate the current year and 0 indicate the base year. Current year, it doesn't mean that the present year, student. It doesn't mean that we are here at 2020. It doesn't mean that it should be 2020. Any recent year which is nearing, okay, that should be taken as the current year. and whichever is far away from that current year is always taken as the base year. So 0 indicates base year, and since it is all about price, I say P naught, price of the base year, price of the current year as P1. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to add up all these students. Okay, we need to add up all these P naught, and what can be the total if you add up all that? It is 20 plus 31 plus 40 plus 16 plus 20. You get the total as 127 students. So I'll write it here as summation P naught is equal to 127. Is that clear? Right. The same way, total of the current year prices, that is 23 plus 38 plus 44 plus 20 plus 30, you get as 155. So the current year total would be 155 students. Okay. Now they said simple aggregative method. The formula for simple aggregative method is P01 is equal to summation P1 divided by summation P0 into 100. Okay. So that means sum of all P1 is how much? It is 155. Sum of all P0 is 127 into 100. So 155 divided by 127 into 100 you get the answer as 122.047 students, and that is expressed in percentage. Now what does 122.07 indicate, 047 indicate? That means if at all we take as percentage as 100, base year is 100, then there is an excess, there is something more than 100 here. More than 100 is how much? Some 22.047% is more. So very clearly we conclude saying, students, conclusion that 22.04% increase over the base year, we can say. 22.04% increase over the base year. The prices of 2012 has increased by 22% as compared with the prices of 2010. This is what is the conclusion that we can give regarding this problem, students. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. This is a very simple problem, students. Okay, right. Next we will go for the next problems. Okay, the next problem. What could be the next one? Let's go through it. Okay, so there is something like this. Calculate price index number using unweighted. See here, the question is very simple. Unweighted aggregative method for the year 2000 and 1999 on the basis of 1998 from the following data. Now what is this? This is something peculiar type. It has been given to us. There are 3 years given to us. 1998 is given to us, 1999 is given to us, 2000 is given to us. 3 years prices are given to us. Okay, usually we in index numbers we should have only 2 time periods, but here they have given us 3 time periods. Now let's go back to the question and understand what it is. Calculate price index number using unweighted aggregative method for the year 2000 and 1999. That means for 2000 you have to do the calculation, and for 1999 you have to do the calculation with 1998 as a base year, taking 1998 as the base year. For 2000, 1998 as the base year, and for 1999 also 1998 as the base year. Okay, so let's do this problem, students. Once again, I will crop this for you, and we will try to solve this problem. Okay, in a simple format. Okay. Now, see here this. What we need to do here in this case is, you understand, now this is taken as the price, 1998 is taken as the base year. We denote this to be as P0, students. Okay. Now 1999 also is considered as one of the current year, and 2000 also is considered to be as one of the current year. That means there are two current years. One we have to do using 1998, one we have to do for 2000. So this I will consider as P1, students, and this I will consider as P2. 1 and 2 indicates the current year, students. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. If ever we have keeping 1 as base, then we can continue, those are all as current years. Okay, so now let's do this for the first one is for which one it is, for 1999. So I'll write this formula as, it is the unweighted aggregative method. Again, unweighted aggregative method. So it is, the formula would be P01 is equal to sum of all P1 divided by sum of all P0 into 100. This is for which year? For 1999. You can write it very specifically. 1999. This is the formula that we use. And for 2000, we use the formula in this way, students. P02, I'll write it. Why? Because 2 indicates the current year, 2000. So the formula would be sum of all P2 divided by sum of all P0 into 100. Are you understanding? Right? So there are two current years. One 1999, the other 2000. For 1999, we take it as P01 because I have indicated 1999 as 1. Okay, P01. And for 2000, I have indicated 2, so it would be P02. Did you follow this? So it is again aggregative. Aggregative means totals. That's all. We need to add them. Okay. Add all the totals of this P1. That is 15 plus 4 is 19. 19 plus 6 is 25. The sum of all this is 25. Divided by P0. This would be 12 plus 8 is 20 into 100. It's 20 into 100. Is it right? So in this case, it would be 15.8. All the decimals are given to us. 15.8 plus 3.5 plus 5.8 is equal to 25.1. 25.1 divided by 20. Summation P0 is 20. Is it right? 20 into 100. Clear? So let's see, for 1999 it is 25 divided by 20 into 100. It's how much? We get 125%. And for this it would be 25.1 divided by 20 into 100 is equal to 125.5%. Is that clear? So that means if we compare our prices of 1999 with 1998, there is a 25% increase. There is a 25% increase. And when we compare the prices of 2000 with 1998, there is a 25.5% increase. 0.5% increase. This is what is all about this particular problem, students. Since they have asked to do this separately for 2099, this is how we do it, students. Is that clear? Very clearly see here, they said it is aggregative method. The same aggregative, sum of all the current year totals divided the base year totals. The current year right now he considered as 1999. The sum of all current year totals divided by the base year. In this current year is all about the 2000 year prices. So this is how we do the calculation. I hope you have understood this, students. Okay. So in the next class, we will solve some more problems based on these index numbers, students. Have a nice day. Thank you.